Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So today, as the title suggests, I am going to be showing you guys and talking to you guys about my favorites for the month of March. Now, this has been kind of tricky. There's not going to be a ton here, mostly because the latter half of this month was kind of insane for all of us. We've all been, isolating in our homes, and I don't know about you guys, but like the few times that I have gone out in terms of like going grocery shopping or going to work or things like that, I dropped some stuff off from my grandmother the other day. My biggest concern is not to put makeup on, so I haven't been really wearing any out of the house. And in the house, as you guys know, I've been experimenting with products that, I used to love, that I haven't tried in a while, that maybe I haven't gotten a ton of use out of because they're more, out there colors. Today's look is really no exception, and what I have come to realize, if you want to see this look, the video will be coming soon. Keep an eye out for that. It was a full face using all of my most expensive makeup, and this eye look came pretty much out of nowhere for me. Like, what I've realized over the past couple weeks playing with all my makeup like crazy is that I really like, to go a little bit outside of the box. Now, nothing crazy, nothing like, you see some of the more artistic makeup artists that get the big wing going and they do the bright colors and in weird things. But like this to me is completely wearable. Yes, my eyes are, have blue shadow on them, but it's so minor. Same thing with my Artemis look. Once I did the wing liner with the bow and arrow, it looked a little silly, but prior to that, it looked great. Even that galaxy look that I put up, as long as I subtracted the stars and all of the little silver dots, again, a pretty wearable look, something a little bit more fun and exciting than my normal everyday neutral eye. So that is the main thing that I am taking out of this month, but I do have some products here to show you guys, some that I have been really enjoying using, gravitating towards. So the first one, this was fairly new to me prior to this essential service lockdown. So this is like one of the last things that I picked up were these. These are the St. Ives face moisturizers. So this one here is the Avocado one, and it is hydrating. Hoping you guys can see that. For some reason my camera's not cooperating. So this is the St. Ives hydrating one, the Avocado, and then I also got the glowing oil-free face moisturizer, and this is Watermelon. So of the two of them, I actually do really, really prefer the Watermelon one. The smell is just a lot nicer. I like to glow, but these are kind of like, I'll just show you guys what they look like. They both have the same exact texture, so when I'm showing you this Watermelon one, they're the same. They have kind of like, oh my god, it smells so good, a water bomb kind of a texture, like that sort of a thing. They are so hydrating, so comfortable. They just soak into the skin. And like I said, the Watermelon one in particular smells phenomenal. The Avocado one, does it really even have a smell? Kind of a cucumbery smell more than anything else, but these are fantastic. And like I said, especially like we're in that in-between time between winter and summer, my skin has been super, super dry. These have been like a godsend. I'm so happy I picked them up. I'm really happy I stocked up on moisturizers before everything closed. So the next thing is something that I showed you guys pretty recently in a collection haul video, and that is the Scott Barnes Glowy and Showy highlighting palette. I can't remember if this was in my favorites last month or if I'd even tried it at that point, but this is so beautiful. I'm so obsessed with this. It has so many shades that you could do so much with. You could easily, for some of the ones that are a little too dark for me, I could easily use them as an eyeshadow. But I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, probably about 5 of these are totally fine for me. It's just more this copper one, this really dark gold, and this bronzy kind of one that are a little bit too dark, but everything else is amazing. They have the most amazing shine to them. They are just absolutely gorgeous on the face. They are super bright, like blingy highlighters, and the formula is just so creamy, so soft. I'm obsessed with these. I don't know why more people don't talk about them, to be completely honest. Like prior to me getting them, I had actually not seen anybody talk about them, with the exception of, I think, Scott Barnes himself when he was on Tati's channel. I love this palette so, so much, and I love the simplicity of it. Like, you've got this really cool holographic sleeve, and then you just have the name, and it's all in white. I think it's very, very classic and sleek, and it's like, he didn't really like overthink the packaging. There's no like crazy images on it or anything like that. I love this. Speaking of Scott Barnes, I am also in love with his Snaturals Volume 1 palette. This, again, same kind of thing, the white with just his name on it. I love that. And what I really like about this, and this is like a stupid thing to like, is the use of space. And it's the same with that highlighter palette. My biggest pet peeve as of late have been stupid space use in palettes. Like, you get these like huge palettes that like have, I don't know, it's just been a pet peeve of mine. It's not every day, and it seems like a really dumb thing because most palettes are laid out this way, but it's just one of those things that I really appreciate. You get a really, really good range of colors, range of formulas. They are super pigmented. They blend out beautifully. I just love them so much. Like, I know it's like, oh, it's just another like neutral palette, but this one is so, so nice. It is, you know, more warm neutrals, I would say. There's a couple of cooler ones in here, but really, really nice. I would highly recommend this if you are in the market for a new neutral palette. This one, I think, has really everything, and you could do so many looks using it. It's got like a ton of crease colors, a ton of like dark colors, light colors, just everything. Everything you could ever want is in this palette, and I love that. Two more palettes that I've been reaching for a ton this month, just as like staple palettes, are my two big Natasha Denona palettes. So I have the Safari palette, which is an all matte palette. I've been reaching for this one to go alongside like a lot of other looks that I have, because this one in particular, like, because it's all matte, it's really, really good for a buildable palette. Like, I always like to pop a shimmer on eventually, but that's after I do all my crease work and all my layering. The shimmer shadow tends to just be like that last little something something. So what I really like about this is that, like, they're all matte, but like, it's not like my Peachy Mattes palette where it's just all shades of like brown and stuff. Like this, you get a little bit of everything. You've got some blues, some greens, some orange, some yellow, pinks, browns, a little bit of everything in here. I just think that this is like a super, super versatile palette. Obviously, if you are like me, you do like to put a shimmer in a look. I'm not a big fan of all matte looks personally. I do like to have a little bit of shine, a little bit of shimmer somewhere on the lid, but this is really, really good for building up to the point where you're ready for the shimmer or the shine. And my Tropics palette, just again, as of late, because I've been playing with so many fun, colorful looks, this look actually on my eyes is using this palette and a little bit of that Safari palette as well. So it's kind of like appropriate that I'd be showing them. I just love this so, so much. It is my favorite Natasha Denona palette. I love that you get all of the bright colors, but you also get all of these like really staple neutrals. So you could do a fairly neutral, sorry, there's a little bit of a brush stuck on there, like a fairly neutral look if you really wanted to, or you could spice it up with some color. Again, a super versatile palette, almost more versatile in a way than the Safari palette, just because it does have some shimmers, but it really depends on like what you're looking for in a palette. And the other reason that I love these so much is like they're nice and thin, but because they're made of hard plastic, they travel really, really well. And I can also see that like you could pop them out the bottom. I'm pretty sure like this would just be magnetic. So I'm interested to see if like when you buy a single Natasha Denona shadow, do they come in the square pans? Like could you, if I was like, ooh, I really need this one particular shade again, if it was in a single shadow, could I pop it back in here if I used one up? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that, but I'm obsessed with these. I know that they're super expensive, but honestly guys, if you ever get like a Sephora gift card or, you know, the VIB Rouge sale or something like that, like wait for your moment. But when the moment comes, if you're thinking about pulling the trigger on one of these palettes, definitely go for it. They're amazing. So the last couple things I have to talk about are just a bunch of different lip products. First one being these two. So I did a drugstore versus high-end video, and these are the Rimmel Exaggerate full color lip liners. I didn't think I would love these as much as I did because they've got like a weird sort of a tip to them, like they've got a flat but slanted edge, but these are so creamy and so pigmented. They just glide on the lip absolutely beautifully. And because it does have that little bit of an angle, it is really, really easy to get like that little heart shape up at the top to get like a really, really nice full lip look and also fill it in, which the dupe for these was the Smashbox Always Sharp liner. That's really good for lining your lips, but not so good for filling them in because it is sharp and it takes a long time. You guys know what I'm talking about. Say you have a pencil crayon and you're trying to color in a shape. Yeah, it's great to have the point to do the outline, but when you're coloring it in, you kind of want as wide a surface area as possible, and these kind of are the best of both worlds. It's such a weird thing. I didn't think I would like these as much as I do, and they are so, so affordable, and they have a ton of colors. Next thing I'm going to talk about are these Fenty, what are these even called? Stuna lip paint. So I have got two. I've got them in uncuffed and also unattached. Again, these were part of like my last buy that I did before, you know, I went on my no buy. I really, really like these. They are very comfortable on the lips. They do dry down pretty matte, I would say, not completely matte. Like they're not super, super drying, which is nice. They are super pigmented, really, really thin, but also opaque. And I actually am really, really into the applicator. I've never seen an applicator like this before. It's kind of a doe foot, but it's got like a flat end and also a chiseled tip. So kind of like the Rimmel lip liners, you can use that chiseled tip to get a really nice outline on your lips, but then turn to the flat edge to do a really quick fill-in. I've only worn this shade so far because I bought this one more for like the spring and the summer, but I really, really like the formula of these. I wish that they had more colors. Like this was the most neutral one they had, and it's a pretty dark neutral, to be completely honest. I wish that they had had a lighter nude, but who knows, maybe in time they'll put out some more in that formula. Oh, nope, this isn't the last one. So the second to last, another lip product I'm gonna talk about is this Clinique Pop Matte Lip Color Plus Primer. These are so moisturizing. This is the color I have. This one is in Blushing Pop. They are so, so, so moisturizing on the lips, and that primer just kind of takes the place of like if you want to put a lip chap on first, or if you use MAC Prep and Prime Lip, which I do quite often. This negates the need for that. I absolutely adore this. I think it is great. It is so comfortable. I can't get over these. And the pigmentation, considering it's more of like a balmy kind of a lipstick, you still get a ton of color payoff, which is really, really nice, because oftentimes when you're wearing like more of a tinted balm or balmy lipstick, you lose a lot of the color payoff, but not with this. And this is actually the last one I'm going to talk about. And again, it's rather appropriate because I have it on my lips right now. I have one shade on my lips right now. These are the McGrath MatteTrance lipsticks. Again, super expensive products. Like I think a full size of this is like $52 or something ridiculous like that. But I was able to get trios of the minis for a more reasonable price. I can't totally remember. I will link them down below. $33 is screaming out to me, but that also seems too cheap, so I don't really know. So I have got a ton of different shades. I'm just going to show you a couple. So this is the one full-size one I have. This is in Deep Orchid. I love the packaging too. All of the packaging is different colors, and the boxes are just gorgeous. What's another good one? The one I have on right now is in the shade Beautiful Stranger. It's like this. Show you a few more. I'm not going to show you all the shades because it would just take way too long. I'll show you Christy because that one was my favorite. It's like a really, really light pink. Again, absolutely gorgeous. And what I love so much about these is they are so pigmented. They are one swipe kind of lipsticks. And yes, they are matte, but they're very, very comfortable. Like I've got one on now. It is completely like dried down. It's not sticky, which is, you know, when a lipstick claims that it's matte, and then it never dries down completely and it has a little stick or a little tack to it, I'm like, well, you're not really matte. Like you may have a matte look, but you know, these do dry down completely, but having said that, they're not drying. It's like such a weird thing. And even when you look at these, like if you ever go to a store and see one, or when I got them, the texture looks really, really interesting. It looks just very soft. Kind of reminds me of the same texture of the MAC Powder Kiss lipsticks, but obviously has a lot more color payoff. Like, I just love these. Again, they're super expensive, but much like the Natasha Denona palettes, it might be worth you checking out if it's something you're interested in and you have the means, or, you know, you get a gift card or something like that. So a smaller favorites video, but I still wanted to make sure I put one up for you guys. I have been doing a ton of uploading lately and I've been having a great time doing it. I feel like I actually have like valuable content. I'm not just putting up videos for the sake of putting up videos. I'm putting up videos that I want to be filming, that you guys want to see, and I really like that. So if you like this kind of video, then give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment down below. I always love hearing from you guys, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.